Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel,
Our names are DJ Boom and
TV Crash.
together we are
TV
TV Boom.
And this week we will talk about
Big. The film came out in 1988.
what is the film about?
So you don't know?
Tell me please and tell the audience.
Okay. It's about a boy and he goes onto a carnival
Yeah.
and sees this weird machine and it's called Zolta. And he wishes that he is big so he can do more stuff. Yeah, on the next day he turns big.
So the film was written by Gary Ross.
Yeah, he also wrote Hunger Games and Pleasantville. We watched them both.
Yeah.
Well, I liked Hunger Games. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then it was also written by Anne Spielberg. She's Steven Spielberg's sister. Yeah.
Oh my god!
And they were also nominated for an Oscar for this, but they didn't get it.
So the director was Penny Marshall.
Did you know that Anne Spielberg, her idea was, that Harrison Ford would be Josh and Steven Spielberg would direct it. And when they dropped out, the producer presented the script to Penny Marshall, who ended up directing it.
Yeah. So the music, it was
Yeah.
by Howard Shore. It's one of those music by Howard Shore, like Mrs. Doubtfire, what we reviewed. He did the music too, and it was much different than
Lord of
Lord
the
of the Rings
Rings.
and Hobbit that he also did. Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
you know, he was Big Josh.
You mean
And
Josh as a grown-up, yeah?
yes, and he's in Forrest Gump. You know that?
Yes, yes.
And he was nominated for an Oscar as Best Actor.
And he didn't get it. Yeah, and then Elizabeth Perkins, was Susan, and she was also in Miracle on 34th Street.
And she also works in a toy shop.
That's funny, yeah. Then there was John Hurt, and he was Paul, the not that nice guy, and he also plays
Kevin's dad in Home Alone. So then there was Robert Lodger as Macmillan. And then there was Jared Rushton as Billy. Yeah.
And he was also in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah. And then there was John Lovitz as Scotty Brennan.
So, what would you do if you were suddenly big,
I just wouldn't wish for it.
Really? You wouldn't wish to.
Well, I would turn big. That's obvious. I'm not really the carnival guy that goes to carnivals and goes to wishing machines.
But what would you do if, even without a wishing machine, you suddenly wake up and you're big?
That doesn't work because you kind of grow that.
You're ruining the film of science. Stop it.
Okay. If I were in a situation of Josh, I would keep the stuff.
Which stuff?
Well, the stuff that he has. He has the greatest job ever. Just plays with toys and gets money for that. And thinks about ideas.
Yeah, well, so you'd want to have the same job, but isn't there a different job you might want to have?
Yeah, I could still swap job. I could. First, I have to get all the money. Then I have the apartment and all the stuff like Josh. And then after that, when I'm rich and rich, then I swap my job to a better job that I really like.
Yeah, but which job would it be? And what kind of house would you like to live in?
A mansion!
Yeah, and what job would you like to have?
Being rich. Yeah, but now what would you do in this situation?
I'd number one, freak out. I'd freak out. And then I think what I'd do, I'd ring on the doorbell afterwards, So after I break out of my house, I just calmly ring on the doorbell of the house, and then I'd talk to my mum about everything, try to act calm, and then maybe I could ask my mom, who thinks that I'm not her son. Yeah, I'd just say, well, can we maybe do a DNA test? And then, yeah.
What if we can't do a DNA test?
Well, you can do a DNA test.
Just go to the doctor?
Yeah, or to the hospital or
That costs money.
Yeah, well, then again, it's worth it.
Why?
And then you go to the police, to the doctor, and say, well, I've grown suddenly and I don't know what happened. And then I'll ask the police or the doctors if they can help me.
So it cost
18 million and it made $151 million.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the first woman who directed and made over 100 million.
Wow. Yeah, so do you want to hear something? Yeah?
Yep.
To give Tom Hanks the idea, how a 12-year-old would behave. I mean, a grown-up can't remember as if it was yesterday when he was 12 years old, yeah? So the director, Penny Marshall, filmed each grown-up scene with David Moscow, and that was the actor of Young Josh playing Hank's part, who then copied Moscow's behavior. So now we've heard a lot of things,
And let's rate it.
Yeah. What would we give it?
Zoltar.
All right, yeah. How many would you give it?
Well, I liked the film. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I liked the idea. So I'd give it 4.
Really?
It's not one of my favorite films.
So I liked it quite a bit, yeah. There were scenes where I had to laugh a lot, yeah. I don't know. I'll give it 4, maybe 2.
Yeah, then let's
Wait.
give it 4.
You know what? After this film, I wish I were big.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up.
If you want to give us some suggestions on films we can review, feel free to comment below.
We plan to review a film every week, so subscribe to our channel.
Bye!